I'm Naomi, also known as Nomi, also known as the best friend, and apparently I'm under obligations to make a speech about Miss Emma Claire Young. Okay, first things first, I'd like to say how much this sucks not being able to give this speech in person, but you all being in Australia and me being, well, actually I'll be in Greece when you see this, but it's not exactly close. The second thing is I'd like to apologise if this speech sucks. We don't normally do this type of thing in Wales, we're not really used to it. So I've been best friends with Emma for a long time, about 8 or 9 years. Albeit 3 of those years we haven't actually been within a metre of each other, but a couple of continents apart wasn't going to stop me being your best friend then, so nice try with that one. I have about 1 million memories from the time we spent together in Wales, so much so I'd probably take all day to tell them all. So I'm going to try and condense them, but as Emma will tell you, I tend to ramble a lot, but I suppose you could always just switch me off if I get too boring. But anyway, I sense this turned into a ramble itself, so I'll get on with it. I first met Emma in primary school when she joined from a school in England, and despite my initial reservation about her, the fact she was English, I decided I'd rescue her from the doom fate of making friends with the freaks of the year. She lived next door to my mum's friend, and I think the first time we properly spoke was at a leaving party for the aforementioned friend, and it was at this party I decided to offer my hand in friendship whilst bouncing on a bouncy castle, and it was possibly the best decision made on a bouncy castle I've ever made in my life. I think the best thing about being Emma's best friend was the fact that I never had a grumpy look on my face when I was with her. She just had this infectious smile that whenever I was moaning about how sucky my life was or how fat I felt that day, it just seemed to make all those problems go away. Another frustratingly annoying fact about us is that we could never argue properly, ever. If we disagreed over something, we'd literally go off in huff for about 5 minutes and then sidle up to each other sheepishly, apologise and continue walking along arm in arm. Yes, you did hear that right, arm in arm. I want you to be under no illusion. We were possibly the uncoolest pair of best friends you could ever find. Whenever we were walking, we had this thing where we'd have to link arms, and each of us had our designated sides. God knows how many strange looks we had walking home from school. One of the memory of us I have that illustrates just how uncool we were. It's from one night when we were about 14, and it was the first major house party that was happening in our year, and practically everyone was going. There was going to be many highly inappropriate things going on, and basically everyone who was anyone was going. Now, it's not like we weren't invited. It was at one of our close friends' house, and the majority of our friends were going. Me and Em? Oh no, we decided that a night in my house playing the Friends Trivia board game would be a much more entertaining way to spend the night. And the saddest thing, it actually didn't bother us all night. I think it's probably safe to say that we practically lived at each other's houses. I think it would actually be impossible to count the number of sleepovers we had, but both of us used to get so grumpy when we were tired, so those sleepovers were never the most friendly of times. For example, she used to make these truly bizarre noises when she slept, and these noises used to drive me insane. There was this one time where she'd woke me up like 5 times with grinding her teeth, and I got so fed up and snapped. I pinched her arm, the hardest I've ever pinched anyone in my life, and I think she actually woke up with a bruise. As another payback for these annoying sounds, which included mumbling, talking and snoring, whenever she stayed with me at my mum's and I couldn't be bothered to make up the sofa bed, I used to make her sleep on the floor under my dressing gown. Fat friend, I know. Oh, and then I'd throw my cuddly toys at her if she started snoring. I'm quite surprised she didn't actually leave my house with a back defect. It must have been so uncomfortable. So I realised this is starting to sound more like a eulogy rather than an 18th birthday speech from my living best friend, so I'll try to wrap it up. As nice as it's been for you guys to have Emma over there for the last 3 years, I hope you realise how lucky you've been. She's been the best friend a girl could ever wish for, and you have no idea how much it sucked not having her around since I was 15. But I think we've both done a pretty good job of growing up from geeky, loser, but amazing teenagers to fully fledged adults. It's quite scary actually. I mean, I'm going off to live in London by myself in a couple of months. Emma's some swanky manager at the gym and starring in freaking films and music videos. I'd say we've definitely done pretty well for ourselves. And without sounding majorly cheesy, I've always thought that the friends we have influence our lives immensely, and they're a big part of how we get to where we get. So ironically, as we haven't shared a continent for 3 years, I'd like to think that we both play a part in shaping the people we've become. I have so many amazing memories with this amazing girl, and as much as you may hate her leaving you in the summer, I'm so glad she's coming. We get a chance to create many more memories, and I suppose I'll be inflicting about 1/10 of the pain I felt when she left me on you guys as well. I've missed you ridiculous amounts over the last 3 years. When you first left, it actually physically hurt, but I've grown and you've grown, and I can't wait to see you. I so want to be there with you on this day, but seeing you in about a month will do. So finally, before I start bawling, happy birthday, Emma Claire Young. You've entered into the realms of adulthood, and it's pretty awesome. Love you, girlie. Yours forever, your Naomi.